Go on the phone lines and speak to the Minister of Employment and Labour Relations, Haruna Idrisu. Haruna, you must be worried about the latest developments, the consequent effects of this strike action. Are you having sleepless nights?
It's not insurmountable. I'm optimistic that by close of day or latest tomorrow by 12 noon, we should be able to resolve the concerns and legitimate grievances of the Judicial Service Workers Association. But in my mind, the strike action is premature and needless because we had engaged them last Thursday and we all agreed to meet tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. in my office. Alex Nate, together with two other executives and the General Secretary, were with me, with the Judicial Secretary representing the judicial leadership of the country. And they presented two issues. One was about their conditions of service, which is being worked on, to which we all agreed that by 30th June we should be looking at a draft and possibly finding remedies to it because they deserve to have conditions of service as workers of the Judicial Service of Ghana. Now, on outstanding claims and allowances, very legitimate. It's not something which they are yet to negotiate with government. It's already a matter which was budgeted for. The problem just had to do with releases from the Ministry of Finance to them. That is now being processed between the Controller Accountant General and the Bank of Ghana. There should be some major releases to the Judicial Service, which they are aware of. So instead of saying that, are you worried, you rather could have asked that, are you disappointed and surprised at their conduct? And I could say yes to that question. But certainly in Ghana, we all must respect the labor laws. We must respect the rules of the game. If you want to embark on an industrial action, particularly when you work in the judicial administration, you must be seen respecting those values. And it is to the effect that they know the procedure they ought to have followed. But nonetheless, government respects their right to strike, but it should not be at the mercy of crippling the running of the judicial administration in Ghana. The wheels of justice and judicial administration must run and run efficiently. I'll call on them to return back to work because we are resolving and we are committed to resolving it. I've always said that the difference between a political opposition and government is that the opposition makes promises and government makes commitment. We've made a commitment that we will honor it, and they are aware of it. Indeed, in my office, in their presence, I related to the Minister of Finance to give me an indication where we were as government in addressing this concern. So one was rather surprised and disappointed that they took that course of action. But to be fair to Alex Nate, the leadership and president of JUSSAG, I think to be fair to him, he made an effort to report back to his constituents, but the constituents naturally maybe were suspicious because of the long delay, and he declared a strike action there and then. So I've requested that we meet with them at 4 p.m. today. I would have apprised them of what progress government have made. I'm very satisfied with what I've monitored from the Ministry of Finance through Controller and the Bank of Ghana. And I'm optimistic that they should be back to work tomorrow or latest after the holiday on Monday.
All right, Haruna Idrisu, thank you very much, and we'll hold you on to your promise and see what happens later in the day.